Hey, Kitty Girls, it's Sunday, May 17th, 2026, and welcome to Cubs Out Loud Drag Race T-Time, where we are discussing All Stars Season 11. We'll be going over the first 3 episodes in the new All Stars season. Before we get into that, my name is Gary, and with me is my ever fabulous co-host.
Hello, everyone. It's Damon. Welcome.
Yeah.
How you doing?
So we're going to be discussing the first bracket of
Mhm.
queens because if it worked last time, why not do it again? I guess. Uh, that being the case, the episodes we're going to discuss in this first bracket are Breakdancin' 2, Electric Rugaloo, Bar Queen Couture, and Shop Till You Drop. 3 titles that are so random and don't quite make sense, so you better watch the episodes to make sure you can comprehend what the hell they were doing in the competition.
Fact.
Yeah.
I have that fan too. Oh, wait, backwards.
Yeah. So with that being said, yeah, we're here and we've got, what is it, 18 queens
Mm-hmm.
for All Stars, and we had them return, and of course, yet again, they are quite the mix of
Mm-hmm.
individuals. I put
Yeah.
together a little chart. I'm looking at our doc real quick because I want to see something. So the age range is all the way from 26 to 52.
Ooh.
So the youngest competitor is half the age of the oldest competitor.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and actually there's
That.
two of them that are 26. And they are not, neither of them are in the same bracket as the oldest. So that will be interesting to see whether or not they actually go head to head or meet each other. Well, they will, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
maybe, possibly in the wild card part. That
Right.
stunt. That stunt. Anyways,
Mm-hmm.
should we probably jump into the
We
actual
can do that.
meat of things? Okay.
Let's
Racers,
do that.
start your engines, and may the best drag queen win.
So this is put the pedal to the metal. This is going to be our overall thoughts on these 3 episodes combined as a whole bracket. We usually talk about them in terms of serves, swerves, and nerves. Serves are the positives, swerves are the negatives, and then nerve could be really good or really not good, girl. So let's see
Mm-hmm.
where that shakes out for us. Damon, who you giving serve for?
So I am giving some well-deserved serves
Mm-hmm.
to Akira's white party look. Bitch, that was for the bar couture. The challenge was making this outfit based on these like gay iconic gay bars in a way, and hers was white party, which isn't really a bar, but whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But still, it worked. They needed six. They needed 6 things, and they like you could tell they had 5 great categories, and then one. Although I've granted maybe did they say a name when they said the tropical bar?
Yes, they
Like for
named
some
they
of them,
named a bar in Hawaii that everybody's
ah,
been to.
Are you sure?
but I'm not.
Yeah, yeah. I was paying attention. They said
Yeah,
Hawaii, and I was like, really?
sure can. Yeah, but it
Okay,
just I,
okay, a
like I
bunch of
said,
you white privileged rich people, whatever. Anyways.
just saying.
Yeah, like oh,
But
like
anyway,
these queens have all had the opportunity to travel to Hawaii and tour there.
right.
Come on. Anyways.
But anywho, that being said, um, I love this outfit. I love this dress. I love the choices that were made. I kind of really love the Kyria overall in this that episode because not only was she, I know that the storyline was a little much, but the her helping everyone else but still being able to do something and then her pulling this shit out was pretty damn amazing. Um, and it looked like fantastic. It looked again, it looked like a I could see that in a pageant. I could see that in like a Yeah, a big, like a huge pageant, like gown kind of thing. I hope she wears that. Like she takes that home and uses it, like for something. But it was really, really amazing. And of the queens, it's the one that I felt really kind of hit like really well. So hers and I think Dawn's, but this one, hers in particular,
Yeah.
was really, really well done.
I don't disagree. It was really well done. I think it presented well. It got a jaw drop when it turned the corner.
Hmm.
Just because nobody knew what the hell she had been working on. All the
Apparently.
drama of her being busy, right? And not getting any sleep because she was up all night. Um, yeah. So yes, it definitely was one to be recognized.
Yeah. And how about you?
Um, so I said Lucky's kitschy pinata in a donut because, girl, I had no idea what she was going to do. And God bless Lucky because I'm double checking. Yeah, she's on the younger side. And she was like, I don't know what the hell kitschy is. Does anyone give me a dictionary, whatever? Which I thought was really cute because it was like, obviously, nobody was telling her. Like, nobody on the crew, like the other queens, nobody. I was like, that's not very nice.
No, it's not.
So, but that being said, she really turned something out that I was like, she did not lie when she said she was going to go with what she knows and she was going to do this party monster thing. And I was like, she turned the corner and I was like, oh my God. I was like, I
Yeah.
don't know what it is, but that's kind of the point. Like, I don't think I'm supposed to immediately get exactly what the whole thing is. And the more I looked at it, I
Uh-huh.
was like, do I need to be high, Clary? Like, do I do I need an edible, or do I need to drop a tab? Like, is that what we're going for here? Because I can understand that.
Man.
It was, but here's my thing. Like, while I'm making fun of the situation, I thought it was very well done. Like, I don't think I could have done that. So I was like,
Oh,
damn. Like, she's got this huge headpiece thing, the cone tatas, and the donut. Like,
yeah.
yeah, it was something else. I was like,
It
okay.
was it was it was very fun. It was very her.
Hmm.
And that's kind of what I like the most about it, where I know in one of the like the first two time challenge where she went home, like she was not being her.
Hmm.
And this was sort of a redemption in a way,
Hmm.
in that she kind of was given an opportunity to do something really amazing and she did something that was her as opposed to trying to do something that was like when you hear the word couture, you think very fashion, you think very um um runway in a way.
Hmm.
And she was like, I'm going to be a party monster, kitschy queen, literally party monster. And I was like, oh, and you're a pinata?
Right.
Okay.
Right. She
Good
did
for you.
well with what she had to work with. I'll say
Right.
that.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so let's move on to Swerve. Oh, okay, Swerves. David, what you giving Swerve for?
So this actually harkens back to the very first episode. I will say that.
Hmm.
Basically, I put top two only. Oh,
Hmm.
I feel like it's a swing and a miss in a lot of ways. And this kind of the finale of this episode sort of showed that in a way, yes and no. Obviously, it was meant to be drama filled in a way because Rue, like, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen the episode, like, stop watching. But spoiler alert, um, it's two queens only get to advance. By the end of the third episode, Dawn has 8 points or something like that. Yeah.
Hmm.
And she gets to go to, she's automatically in the finale. Then there's a tie for second place, and that's Akira and Morgan.
Right.
And Rue makes a whole big deal, which she has done in the past. Like, if there is a tie, she breaks the tie.
Right.
Um, and she breaks this tie. And it's this moment, this like like all because again, the queens are all um like the queens give their MVQ points and um they go down the list. It's on the stage, blah blah blah. You
Mm-hmm.
know, somebody gives theirs to Morgan. I think one gives them to Dawn. Lucky gives hers to Morgan, and they end up going to this like um point where there's a tie,
Right.
and then like when Lucky gave Morgan her point, Morgan was then
Mm-hmm.
in second place, but then Mystique gave her point, and it tied them,
Correct.
and then Rue breaks the tie.
Mm-hmm.
And it causes this like again this drama filled moment because there can only two can go advance, and I'm kind of like, just let them both go because you know Morgan's gonna go, right? Like yeah, we have this whole um like whatever I don't even know what it was fucking called. So, I'm kind of pissed off a little bit about it because it feels like I feel like I'm gonna wait 6 weeks, like 6 weeks, to just see Morgan back in the show when they could have just done it now.
Oh,
Like the wild card,
right.
you know, they're gonna pick like, and I do like that it's been determined. It is just Michelle and Rue, and they're picking three queens, if I'm
Mm-hmm.
remembering.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm kind of like, okay, cool. I like the idea behind it, kind of limiting it that way. But man, I wish they could have just let the three go and just been done with it. Like just especially in
Mm.
the case like, and that would have been like a fun thing in case of the tie, but never mind. I get it. I get it. It's TV, it's ratings, it's drama. Hence why I swerve it.
And you also can't rig it if you don't set up the option
Mm-hmm.
to rig. So,
Right.
you know. I'm not saying they're going to. I'm just saying it presents an opportunity.
Yes. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
You agree?
Um. Yes. So, my swerve, and I'm going to say this with love and
Mm-hmm.
kindness and compassion.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Mystique, Mystique, Mystique. Okay, this next part's not going to sound very nice, but I have a question. How late in the game were you asked to come to All Stars? How many other people turned down the opportunity?
Ooh.
But here's why.
Mm-hmm.
Mystique gave me the impression in this bracket that she wasn't prepared.
Mm-hmm.
Why wouldn't she be prepared? She hasn't been back
Mm-hmm.
for 16 seasons. Yeah. We know that. That was the narrative. They beat it into the ground on the first episode. Fine, whatever. But a part of me is like, why wouldn't she be prepared for All Stars? Unless she hadn't been
Mm-hmm.
planning on coming back to All Stars.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it takes money
Yeah.
to spend on packages and have things ready, which I don't think she did.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think having Mystique on was a swerve. I don't think Mystique's preparedness was a swerve. I think it was kind of clear very early on it was impossible for her to
Mm-hmm.
truly compete.
Hmm.
That's the swerve.
Mm.
I don't
I
I don't like them bringing somebody who has no chance.
right.
That to me is bullshit. Like, and they could
Right.
say, "Oh, she had every chance as she could." Blah 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 blah. We gave her the same opportunities as everybody else. I'd be like, "Really, really?" Because the queens are being a lot more vocal these days on social media and pulling back the curtain. So it ain't going to take that long for the truth to come out.
Mm-hmm.
So, and if
Right.
anybody knows the truth and they tell Willow, Willow's going to talk about it on their podcast. So it's just going
Fact.
to be a matter of time until we find out what really was the tea in this circumstance, because
Yeah.
there's that, and I will say this: I don't think Mystique's gameplay, quote unquote, was the best,
Mm-hmm.
but I appreciate that she stuck by her principles and was like
Right.
not willing to play the TV aspect of the game, so to
Mm-hmm.
speak.
Mm-hmm. I I would like to know. I agree with you. I think there's a part of me that feels there was something different and off.
Mm-hmm.
Like, again, yes, Mystique hasn't been on the show in so long, but Mystique has been like doing drag forever. And
Mm-hmm.
I follow her on like TikTok, and I think I'm friends with her. I'm pretty sure I'm friends with her on Facebook, and I've seen stuff from her. And this, what I saw
Mm-hmm.
is not the Mystique I've seen in my history of watching and seeing her from afar. Like I think
Right.
she's in Texas now. So I'm kind of like, and again, I wonder if it's a matter of like delayed prepare, like didn't have the time,
Mm-hmm.
um, maybe wasn't given. I mean, I'm sure they were given the same amount of money. I think they give the Queen's money now, pretty sure. I think I'm wrong. I could be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But just there were levels here that were severely lacking, not just a little lacking, but were severely lacking.
Right.
And like like I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna try. Like I agree with you. I'm gonna try to be nice. Everything that she brought that I saw looked like something she already had.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was something that she pulled out of her closet, and like it was barware. It was all like bar, like or maybe like the small like local pageant kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It never looked like elevated to a drag race all stars runway level.
Right.
And again, we could be wrong, and that's just her aesthetic, and that's what she chose to go with, and she wasn't like she said, "Fuck it, I'm going to stick to what I know and what I have, and that's it."
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and if that's the case, then I feel bad that, like you said, that this should I she shouldn't have been on the show if that was the case.
Right.
It's reminding me a lot of Nicole Pratie Brooks last season.
Mm.
It's very much a queen who has been gone for a while,
Mm-hmm.
and the main reason we're bringing her back is kind of nostalgia. They're never going to win.
Right.
There's no way. And I mean, love you, Nicole, but like you there was a severe level lacking,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what I feel. Are they getting again? Are they getting the same opportunities? Are they getting told the same things? Are they going and getting stuff? Like,
Right. Right. Right.
yeah, ugh, it just
It does kind of beg some questions. Also, are they queens that already know, perhaps through the rumor mill, but there's no way that they're going to win? So they're like, why am I going to put in
mm,
all this abundancy of effort if it's not going to pay off? Like, if it's not really
mm,
equitable.
mm-hmm.
So,
Stuff to think about.
yeah.
But yeah, I agree with you that it just was a miss.
Yeah.
And I don't, and it's not saying like how do I put it? I don't like, I think, but the producers should not have brought her on the show if they knew this was what they were going to get.
I mean, there's a sliver of possibility that they were focused so hard on the Morgan Mystique, like, nostalgia train thing that's why they had her on. Like
Mm.
they once they found out Morgan was absolutely committed and planning on coming, they were like, oh, well, we have to get Mystique. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm.
And she might have quickly figured out if her and Morgan are that close, like
Yeah.
kind of what the plan was. And so she's like,
Uh-huh.
I'm just here to collect a paycheck. Thank you all. So right, and it's like, well, if all I am is just a pretty face to refresh the memory of the children's and let them know
Mhm.
like where the origin of Untuck came from, and this and that, and and to catch everybody up on my transformation and where I am and how I'm doing now, so be it. You know what I mean? It's like, and I will take the
Yeah.
check. Thank you very much, and I'll be on my way.
See y'all never.
I mean, so I'm just kind of like, okay, that
Thank
could
you for the
also be
coin
possible.
and the new opportunities to potentially, get my face and name out there and
Right,
start doing some more shows and stuff. But that's it. Okay.
right,
Mm-mm-mm.
yeah.
You got me thinking, Gary.
All right. Well, don't dwell on it too long. Let's move on
Okay, I'll try.
to
Yeah.
Nerve. What do you Okay, I'm not sure which way
Yeah.
this is going. So what is your nerve?
Oh,
What is your
oh,
nerve?
oh. This is a positive nerve.
Okay.
Um, and this is Dawn and Morgan's Latoya's. Um, in a in an opportunity to so Morgan, I'm giving high props to because this was she dropped some coin for this look
Mm-hmm.
because this is looking at the reference picture and then looking at what she put on there. They are like very very close to each other. Maybe Morgan's is a little more drag elevated, but
Mm-hmm.
still like there's some there was some money. And then for Dawn's, it's a wow. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's really amazing, really cute. I wasn't expecting that from her.
Mm-hmm.
And it was still Dawn, but it very much harkened to that Latoya look. And um I don't think, and maybe this is a little shady, I don't remember Dawn being this like curvaceous in her season. I don't remember this much like body
Mm.
in her season.
Correct.
So she was giving very like va va voom kind of look, and I was like, oh, this is really lovely. This is really great, and it made me look at Dawn in a different way. So
Fair.
nerve, congratulations.
Nice. Before I get into mine, I will say this. I hope we never do this again, which is
Oh,
bring on a celebrity, have everybody dress like that celebrity right in front of the celebrity. Only that celebrity is not known necessarily for their fashion.
apparently they are,
So the
but
majority
can I,
of the cast all pick the exact same event to pull outfits from.
yeah,
Like, so many of them picked the quote unquote Moulin Rouge Paris concert performance or whatever this thing was from 1998. That like I forgot that the very first queen didn't pick from that because I was like, why is everybody picking from the show? Did I miss that part of the prompt? Like, I don't understand what's happening. And then it was like, no, actually, two out of the six did not pick from that. Four of them did. But anyways, yeah. I was
oh she,
embarrassed.
it wasn't just a show. I think it was several. She was
Okay.
there. She was contracted there for several years. It looking like. I'm
Oh.
trying to figure this out.
Right.
Um,
And that's also part of the problem for me is I'm like, I didn't even know she did this.
I mean,
And it's so long ago that I'm like, would people remember that she did it? Besides Rue, who's as old as dirt. So
I,
like,
I, that's the tea, sis. Like that's the tea. Like, why did we do this? Because Rue wanted to do this. That's
yep,
it. That was
yep.
all it was there for. Like, why are we doing an 80s thing when some of these queens weren't even born yet? Why are we like why are we doing a Latoya Jackson runway thing when again some of these queens weren't even alive when Latoya was high. I mean, not high, shit. In her heyday.
You weren't wrong,
Like, also,
girl.
but it's funny to me that that's sort of the point. Like, why we only did it because it was Rue. Like, Rue wanted this.
Yeah.
I bet this was one of those like, Rue, fuck this shit. Rue was like sitting on the toilet, like, you know what would be a really great idea? Latoya. And I mean, Rue has the clout, and it's not like Latoya hasn't been a guest judge on the show before. It's not like that. It's just
True.
this is with a big highlight in
Right.
a
It's not.
way.
It's not the magnitude of getting Madonna on there,
Right.
which will never happen supposedly. So the thing is that I think, anyways, I'm gonna move on. I didn't care for it. I didn't care for. I thought it
It's
was
okay.
pandering. I thought it was just. It was a lot. It was a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So my nerve. I don't know what else to call this. Dawn's bar dick. So the bar couture episode, she had piano
Mm-hmm.
bar.
Uh-huh.
I still don't quite get piano bar out of the entire look, but I will say this. When she turned the corner, I literally said out loud, "Oh wow." I was not prepared for what she put together.
Mm-hmm.
I knew in the run up to it, it looked like she was making a butthole, and that was a big conversation in the workroom about the butthole that she was making, and so she changed the fabric and stuff, and I think she did make a better choice. I do think the entire outfit is pretty damn good. The
Mm-hmm.
headpiece still kind of confuses me
Mm-hmm.
slightly, but at the same time, I was like, it's all stars. What the fuck do we care? Like it's not an original season where we could probably feel more emboldened critiquing it. I'm like, it's Dawn. She's kooky. So
Yeah.
she made a padded glory hole. She stuck her face in it. And apparently she did a much better job than Joella. So I don't know. It's kind of wild. Um I thought it took a lot of nerve to make it, but I also thought she really delivered. Like the outfit is good. The part that really kind of stood out to me, honestly, is the cane.
Uh-huh.
The fact that she made a cane and wrapped it in the fabric and stuff, and like had this, I don't even know what you want to call it, and this isn't really the right language, like this pimp accessory to the
Uh-huh.
like Madam of the Night kind of chanteuse outfit
Mm-hmm.
thing. I it was a bit of a head trip. And yet she looked really fucking good. So I was like, okay. Like that's the thing. That's the thing.
Yeah. I'm kind of looking at the picture. I had to go grab the picture because like I remember it and I'm kind of like it was really good. I do kind of get. I don't know if you meant bar dick because of the shape or if you meant like the cane was like the dick. I,
No. The shape. It's the headpiece. Michelle
yeah,
Visage, I think, says it. Like
yeah,
she says it as a judge, something about it like looking like a phallus or whatever. And I was just like,
uh-huh,
well, she's not
yeah.
wrong.
I mean, God, I can't. Like, she went from butthole to penis, just other side, just bloop.
Yeah. It's something.
Yeah, it is something.
But I think she executed and delivered on it rather well. So I was just
Yeah,
like, okay.
it's a good shot.
Yeah. So I think it's a positive nerve, even though it was slightly confounding. But at the same time, you're like, but it was well executed. So like, could you really hold it against her if she did really well in crafting and putting together and selling it on the runway? So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Ah,
With that being said, should we move on to our next section?
let's do it.
All right. All right, so now it's times for snaps and eye rolls, aka the highs and the lows of these particular episodes. So these are the hits and misses that stood out to us. Damon, what are you giving snaps to?
So I put down following the prompt,
Please
and I'm going to
explain.
explain
Please
it.
explain to
Yes,
the
I will
class.
explain. I will explain. I shall explain. This is in relation to the MVQ points in episode 2. No, the top of episode 3, I think.
Right. Okay, yes.
Yeah. So the main thing about MVQ was like it's the queen that whatever the fuck Bruce says. Like the whole
Mm-hmm.
like you believe did the best or deserves like something. So Miss Akira receives 2 points, one from Morgan and one from Mystique.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason she receives them is because she gave a lot of her time
Mm-hmm.
to help everyone else out,
Mm-hmm.
to do all the work, to help all the things, help build things, ask for questions, and still was able to do something really fucking amazing with the outfit. I loved it. I thought that's sort of the whole idea. When I think of MVQ, that's what I think of.
Mm-hmm.
I don't particularly like the like, oh, let's all kind of like give it to each other, kind of like the bottom four giving it to each other. It's the queen that you felt did the best or helped you out or something along those lines. And that kind of why I felt it worked that time.
Mm-hmm.
It also lended itself to the drama of it all because Akira had not only won the challenge, she also won the lip sync. So she went from 1 to 4 to 6 in like a few minutes, probably a few hours. Like,
Right. Right.
and I kind of was living for it. Um, yeah, I'm living for it. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it from the TV aspect because I loved that like Dawn and Morphine were kind of gagged and um yeah, I'm just sort of like feeling it. It was pretty much a thing. I really loved it. So
Yeah.
following the prompt.
Um, for sure. I see what you mean now, yeah. And that was
Yeah.
kind of the whole kind of psychology about the game and
Right.
what are we going to do with our points and blah blah blah
Hmm.
blah blah. So yeah, I get it. and
Yeah.
and that's also kind of I think an issue that some of the audience is going to have at large is like, why are you telling them this is what they should do with it when it becomes obvious that's not what they do with it?
Right. Exactly. I think
So
realistically, and I want to be blunt when I say this, if they're going to do the MVQ points, you're like, just don't call it MVQ point. You're going to get a point that you can do with whatever you want. However, you cannot keep it, cannot give it to yourself. You must give it to another queen.
but here's the
That's
thing.
the end of the sentence.
Here's no. So here's how you handle it. It can still be MVQ, but you need to do it blind. don't do it in the workroom, and everybody else gets to see who and how you give it to. You go
Ooh.
into
The ladies' room.
right, which they did away with it. Like, so go to the
Yeah.
closet, wherever, go to the little camera room, social media room, whatever, just like the lipstick
Yeah.
voting in the past,
Uh-huh.
and you put it in there, and then you come back out, and then they bring the big pink box out, and then you pull out the pins and you see who they were given to. And then, because then you're not
Mm.
influenced. Because if
Mm-hmm.
you're in the bottom four, I totally get where they gave them to each other. I was like, right, if you have any hope of realistically competing and maybe getting to be the top two, you need points.
Mm-hmm.
So fuck the title. I don't give a shit about you being most valuable. I give a shit about like me getting points. So that's why
Give
I'm
me a
like,
fucking point.
right. So I was like, that's where I think it goes sideways for the first two times,
Mm.
is that they see each other and whatever, and then of course the twist, which is not really a twist, is Rue's like, you got to do it live on stage. Which, if anybody had watched last season of All Stars, they already knew that was coming. So
Yeah, 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 yeah. We
yeah,
all knew that was happening. That was
yeah,
happening, I should say.
yeah, for sure. Interesting.
Ooh. Mm-mm-mm.
So I'm giving my snaps to the what I'm calling the design challenge viewing. And the reason why I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying that is I really enjoyed that we spent so much time in episode 2 being in the workroom watching them make their outfits
Okay.
or attempt to make their outfits and like banter with each other and ask each other questions, and like, while yes, there is some questions being asked about the quote unquote drama of not being ready, not being prepared, not having an idea,
Mm-hmm.
I also feel like I liked seeing them all discuss and talk about and kind of kiki a little bit with each other while they were preparing, because I think in my experience, I've never seen an episode that spent this much time on the making process.
Right.
Outside of the unconventional materials when Lexi Love had a complete meltdown because somebody spray painted on top of her dress.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But the only reason why we saw that is because of the drama. So
Right.
like like outside of that, like I don't think we've seen this much time of them all being in the room, like, trying to find inspiration and looking at the materials and figuring out what they're going to do and discussing their different ideas and blah blah
Mm-hmm.
blah blah blah. So I really appreciated that. Also,
Yeah.
it's kind of revealing that you see that they have ideas and they don't execute them.
Mm-hmm.
Because Morgan had this whole series of silver hoops that she had laid out on the table side by side and put them in a certain pattern in rows, and then we never see them
Uh-huh.
again. And she has this fabric that she's going to turn into flowers that we never see again.
Mm.
So, like, some things just didn't get executed.
Mm-hmm.
I find that interesting. It goes
Yeah.
to show that, like, probably there was a refined eye or a recognition of a limit of time to be prepared
Mm-hmm.
to get things done. And so I don't know, I find that kind of stuff interesting. Also, as I'm thinking about it, notably, one might say that Akira's not having anything by the time the day quote unquote ended, like to look at, was a strategic play because she didn't want
Mm-hmm.
anyone to see what she was doing.
I think that was a very like smart choice on decision on her part. I think she kind of knew in a way that whatever she was going to do, she could do it like quickly.
Hmm.
We hear in I think it's in Pit Stop, like Akira. No, they said it on the. I think they said it during the show. Also, like Akira apparently travels with a sewing machine.
Yes.
Like she apparently like is able to like whip things out really quickly. And again, she's another one I follow on the social medias, and I know that she makes a lot of her own stuff.
Hmm.
And she said that in the episode too. And it's just like, okay, so she knows what she's doing. She knows how her body works. She brought her own fucking dress form. Um, um, and I'm just like, so she could possibly work this out. And I think her idea was like, I don't want them to see it.
Hmm.
I don't want them to see it, so they know
Until it's too
what
late.
I'm doing until it's too late.
Right. There's nothing you
And then
can
they can
do
be like,
to change yours at the last minute to match to what I'm doing.
mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm.
yeah, I think that was a part of it as well. With that being said, let's move on to eye rolls. Oh boy, here we go. Damon.
I just see you like, oh boy. Um,
Well,
I
well,
put
well,
down.
well, hold on, because there's been 3 episodes, so I'm like, I see the S on the end, so that says to me there's more than one. So I'm like, great.
Yeah, so I put down weird challenges.
Hmm.
And there's a few things that happened in these episodes that I felt were weird.
Hmm.
The 80s challenge, the first episode, they have to do this like thing, and they make a song, and they're kind of a girl group, but they're also like doing their own raps, and it just felt off and weird and didn't make sense. It was called breakdancing, but none of the queens really like breakdance. Like they had some of the obviously like pit crew or extra dancers, whoever, like doing stuff. Um, we never saw them record a single thing. We kind of heard little bits and pieces of their lyrics, and then we got what we got. And gonna say this now, thank you, Bussy Queen, because I didn't understand a single fucking lyric. Just saying. Um, then I think it was episode 2 where they had the random ass mini challenge of putting on granny panties with no hands. Why? Why?
Because it's funny.
Mm-hmm. Okay, sure. Ha 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 ha. Anyway,
You know what?
and then
So,
yeah,
sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
and then this the shop to you drop like the body like the I keep calling it body bag challenge, but that's the only like the QVC like monster kind of thing. Whatever. It just felt very like we're running out of ideas.
Mm.
It felt very much like that. And then like only that, not only that, you pair the people together. It okay. I I I I feel this way, and I will feel this way until like I die. This late in the game, when there's fewer than like like this like 6 queens left, group challenges should not be a thing
Mm.
because you're now trying to fight for yourself. And in All Stars particular, especially when every point counts, you should not be relying on someone else to help you, like teaming up and doing something
Right.
together
Right.
for the sake of getting like to win.
Hmm.
And I mean, they end up judging them individually anyway, which kind of defeats the purpose of them being in pairs. But whatever. Um, it just it's weird, and it didn't help. And the challenges and the prompts were weird, and this was just it's just weird. And I didn't like it. And I don't like again, like I said, I don't like this, like especially because it's the last episode too. So there's no other chance to make any more points.
Hmm.
This is it. So I'm gonna have to rely on my sister, who's also trying to get points just as much as I am.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay. Sure. Boot.
That was a choice.
Ah,
Mm. Yeah.
that part. All of that.
I don't disagree with you. I will say this: the granny panty thing harkened back to the All Stars. I don't remember which one it is when Jasmine Masters was there with a loaf of bread,
Oh, that was
and
actually
they
just a
did.
regular season episode.
Was it? I thought it was an All
Hmm.
Stars.
No, it was her season.
because
Mhm.
she
Them doing the Motown shuffle, like
yes, the
the
Soul Train
not
type
Soul
thing.
Train, like that.
Yes,
And like, where'd you get a loaf of bread?
yeah, I just thought that was funny as hell. Anyways, that being said, I see what you mean. Is like, yeah, I don't disagree. I don't understand why they did the breakdancing thing because yes, absolutely, the only breakdancers were the backup dancers. And I thought
Mhm.
about it and I was like, well, these have to be specific dancers who actually know how to break dance, not just general dancers in LA.
Mhm.
So there's that. Anyways, so my eye
Scary.
rolls, yeah. Yeah. I called it uncoached improv.
Mm.
So it was a choice not to help the queens with the shopping channel improv challenge.
Mhm.
They gave them scripts and they said, like this is so, and a bunch of the queens talked about it, like it's half scripted, it's half improv, and then Mystique missed the last part of that, and so like that just kind of didn't work out for them as a duo because this is what I mean is like that's what really stood out to me as I was like, yeah, it's like they're expecting that all these queens that have been gone for 1 or more years have done the work.
Mm.
So they've learned to sew, they've taken acting classes, they've done improv, they've done all these things that are kind of expected. I'm like, no. And you knew that going into this. That's why you had them back because you needed
Mhm.
everyone to not be at the top of their game. And I just thought it was kind of crappy that they didn't coach them in discussing with them like what it is that they're planning on doing. They very much left them out to dry on their own high
Mm.
of like, yeah, girl, we got this. I think it's funny, yada yada yada. And I was like,
Mhm.
no. So yet again, they're delusional. They come in the break room or in the workroom and they're gonna get ready and run the runway, and they're like, "Oh my god, I think we did so good, and this, that, or the other, and I had so much fun." And I was like, "Yikes!" I was like, "Oh, I'm glad you had fun
Ah.
because I didn't like watching it." So, yeah, yeah. And then after the fact, they're giving them critique about what they wanted from them, and yet they didn't give them any guidance.
That part.
So like they're on Akira about how she didn't look at the camera.
Mhm.
Well, if you'd been in the room, you could have given her that feedback, and I'm sure she would have connected with the camera,
Uh-huh.
but you didn't.
Mhm.
So you're going to hold her accountable for shit she didn't know about. How make that make sense? Yeah.
Right.
So that's where
Right.
I have eye rolls for that. The fact that they didn't get coached on the improv. I don't need them. I don't need them to have a huge long session, but just the fact
No.
that there was nobody there guiding them at all
Yeah.
is really kind of surprising to me.
Yeah. It felt very weird. It felt very like dropped. Like again, it felt like I think they were maybe trying to do it kind of like the SNL, like or the RDR live stuff where they do that,
Hmm.
like maybe in a way, but a lot of that is very much scripted, like almost 100% scripted. There's not a
Yeah.
whole lot of improv. So I was kind of like, no, I'm trying to think of what to compare this to, and I can't really figure it out. It felt like to me, it felt like the um morning shock show thing that we had at
Yes.
the end of the last season. It felt
Yes.
very much like that.
Agreed.
Anyway, hmm.
So, do you agree with us, or do you have a difference of opinion? There's several ways you can tell us. You can go to our blog, cubsoutloud.com. You can leave a comment on there. You can also, you can shoot us an email, cubsoutloud@gmail.com. Tell us what you like or you don't like. You can also leave a voicemail message. You can call us at 361-265-8255. That's 361 COL Talk. You can find us on social media as Cubs Out Loud, all one word. If you want to join the Entourage chat where we post drag race based things, you can go to tinyurl.com/telegram-COLDR. If you would like to know when we're doing the main season live airings on Sunday evenings Eastern Time in the US, you can go to tinyurl.com/calendar-col. If you want to support us, there are several ways to do that. And of course, you need things. And it's a commerce like society. You have to go spend money, go buy stuff, but buy our stuff. So go to zazzle.com/Cubs Out Loud and get some merch over there with the COL Drag Race logo on it. As David is busy sipping the tea right now. We also have apparel as well as household items, different sorts of things available. So you can check that out over there if you'd like. You can also go to patreon.com/Cubs Out Loud. For $1 or more a month, you can be a patron, you can be a supporter of what we do here at Cubs Out Loud. And if that's too much commitment for you, we understand. You can go to paypal.me/Cubs Out Loud and you can give us a one-time donation to help keep the lights on around here. Damon will gladly take that tip. So,
Absolutely.
With that being said, you can find you can find the podcast pretty much anywhere you listen to podcasts. If you go to youtube.com/Cubs Out Loud, we actually have a whole playlist feed that's COL Drag Race. If you want to listen to COL Drag Race as an audio podcast, it has its own RSS feed that you can find that and download the episodes as they come out each week. For All Stars, we are doing them in bracket style, so it'll be a couple weeks before we get to the next one. With that being said, Damon, if people want to get in touch with you, how would they do so?
If you wish to get in touch with me, there are many ways you can. You can find me at Theater Cup 79. That's TheaTreCub79 on most related sites or other things. Or you can find me as Pop Umber 79 on Blue Sky. That Blue Sky is not safe for work. For the safe for work stuff, you want to go to DMA Gamer 79 on Blue Sky or TikTok. Gary?
If you would like to get in touch with me, you can pretty much find me online anywhere as GearBear73. So with that, we'll be back in a couple of weeks. We will have another bracket round completed. We will see who the top 2 queens are and who most likely should have been picked but wasn't picked and is going to make it in the wild card because that's how the show goes. So yeah, we'll see what that kind of looks like. And I think it's the pink round is going to be round 2 coming up next. So pay attention to that, and we will see you then.